All right, we're going to create a new project. We're going to put it in our My Projects section. So I come in here to a new project and we're going to create a new project. Project can be anything that you want it to be. It could be a course, a lesson, a whole collection of lessons, whatever grain size you want it to be. In this case, we're going to do a course. I have an option of putting it into whatever program folders I have already, which is a collection of projects. In this case, we're not going to, it just will go into my projects. So I'm going to go ahead and create that project. And it's going to ask me what I want to create today. So you can put as little or as much in here as you have information. The more you give it, the better it's going to be. But that shouldn't stop you from just starting right away. In this case, I want to create a course for after-school program using Leonardo da Vinci as a sample of uh, innovation using creativity, science, art, history. So I'm going to go ahead and paste all that information. This is an after-school program for U.S. high school students. I might want to connect that to the web, or I might want to attach files or pull from files that I've already attached in other projects. In this case, I'm going to get started with this and see what happens. So that will kick off a process where the AI has created a task list for itself. This will not always be exactly the same. The AI generates this based off of its prompt. And then it goes through a number of steps. In this case, it's thinking through how it wants to name the project. So it's given it a new name. It's creating a learner analysis for the project. Who are the learners? If it doesn't have enough information, oftentimes it will ask you questions. It will stop and ask you for further information. In this case, it's able to move forward with a little bit of information that I gave it. It's building a context analysis. Now, sometimes, just because of the nature of the AI, and we're working on this, it will say interrupted in the middle of what it's doing. So I can usually just say, keep going, or keep going where you left off, and just remind it what it was doing. Sometimes it's usually because something didn't come in the format that it was expecting, and so it gets a little confused. In this case, it's like, oh yeah, I need to continue the content analysis. So it's created the context analysis. Uh, and it should do four things at this point. It should create a learner analysis, context analysis, a skills analysis, and a learning philosophy. In this case, it said that it did everything, but if you noticed, it kind of updated its to-do list, and it forgot, you forgot the skills analysis and the learning philosophy. So it's okay to remind it, but I usually wait until it's done everything. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm supposed to do these things. So it's going to work through creating these documents. When it creates the learning philosophy document, it's pulling from a database of learning patterns and strategies and different learning principles that it knows that are aligned to your learners and your context, putting those together into a statement of what that learning philosophy should be. And then the skills analysis is pulling together whatever information that you gave it to define the skills or competencies of that lesson, course, whatever the project is. For the context analysis, it's looking at the factors that are contributing to the overall context. That might be things like um, who are the teachers? How often do the teachers interact with students? What technology is being used? What accessibility accommodations are in place? How frequently are courses? How long is each instruction session? Do students have access to other students, or are they completely independent? All of those sorts of things that they're looking at as they do that. The learner analysis is looking for elements of learner variability. So what makes the learners different, or what are the things that are going to impact the learning the most? That includes prior knowledge, that includes anything that the learners might do. So, okay, it's finished all four. It's created a context analysis, a learner analysis, learning philosophy, and a skills analysis. And from that skills analysis, it started to create the structure of the course here in the design section. And so we are actually ready to go. If you've uploaded anything, you'll see it in the input section. The reports, we'll have a different video about that, and the notes, you can leave any notes, but we'll have a different video about that. So it says it successfully created these. I can review them here, and we'll make videos about reviewing these.